night beckons.
Welcome to the Undead Laboratory. Today, we're going to be making an Axworthy UFO. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. In this one, we will be looking at just making the UFO. For the UFO, we're going to be using 2 trash can lids. To avoid issues, we're going to make the UFO using solar power. As they should be up high, we aren't too concerned about the panels being visible. We're going to start by marking the basic shape of the panels and a way to secure them to the top of the lid. We're going to start by marking out the basic shape of the panels and a way to secure them to the top of the lid. For this panel, the best solution is to cut the internal triangular shape so the corners rest on the lid. For this other panel, the stand is small enough that simply cutting a hole for it will work well enough and hold it in place. Make sure you do a trial fit and adjust as needed. For the bottom of the UFO, we will need to make a hole for the tractor beam. The X-Acto knife works here, but, well, a hole saw works a whole lot better. As you can tell by my reaction here as I disassembled the light, I came to the realization that I could have done this without making this big hole. I could have simply attached the light to the bottom. As my plan is to make 2 UFOs, I will do 1 of each. As this UFO will have a light underneath, we will need to run a cable through a different hole, and as you can see, it's going to need to be quite large. First we need a hole for the light, and then we need a hole for the cable. This last step is important. We want to drill holes in the lowest parts of the lid. The last thing we want is any water to build up here and add weight. Now we can clean up our lids and get them ready for paint. I used a metallic silver, and spoiler, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. For this next part, I am using a small carabiner, and I suggest you do the same. We're going to be tying 4 fishing lines together, and trying to keep them organized can be difficult. I started with 1 fishing line holding up the carabiner above the UFO at the height I wanted. For each of the legs, I tied a fishing line to a drywall anchor. This may seem odd, but it'll make sense in a second. We're going to be using 3 legs as it is always stable, so we will need to do this 3 times. Tie each of the legs to the carabiner, trying to keep the lengths as close as possible. There is an old saying, if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot, and I do that a lot around here. If you decide that you want the lines to be shorter or need to balance the UFO differently, all you need to do is wrap the line around the drywall anchor and then pass it through the gap to keep it from spinning. Now we can attach the tractor beam to the bottom of the UFO. This is simply held in place with a bolt, nut, and washers. What, this doesn't look like a UFO? You mean my temporary existential crisis where I didn't think I came up with the best solution the first time was incorrect and I should never question my judgment ever again? Oh well, you live and you learn. Now we're going to run string lights for the UFO, and we need to run them inside of the ship. Do this for the next 10 minutes. With the string lights in, we're going to take the far end and hot glue it to the part of the UFO. As my lid isn't perfectly round, I glued it to this corner. I recommend taking a second and making sure it's dry before attaching string lights anywhere else. When you're sure it's dry, it is easiest to hold the string light tight and glue it just short of the opposite side, in my case the next corner. Don't worry too much about where the string is on the sides. We're going to be doing 4 or 5 laps around and we will glue all the string down together. When you feel you have done enough laps or get fed up with it, glue the string lights together in about 1/6 of the way around. Any leftover light can be tucked inside the UFO. Just to be sure, I recommend giving the UFO a test drive and making sure you're happy with how it looks. When you think you've got enough lights, tuck in any remaining light inside the UFO and wire any cables together. For the last step, we're going to hot glue the top and the bottom together. Although I considered using nuts and bolts here, the glue will keep the seams in place, which gives it a much better look. For the best effect, use a fog machine with plenty of fog. Foggy's bog fog worked really well here. That's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to work on making this thing fly, so don't forget to subscribe.
Sealed in this lab where secrets are revealed.